Well, my vision comes from when I first started playing football, really. I love high energy and attacking football. I want football that's exciting to play in first, and then I think exciting to watch. Going to speak today about implementing a playing style. I'm heavily influenced by the clubs that I've worked at, by some coaches that I've worked alongside me and have been in the clubs, whether that be managers at Chelsea or Liverpool. But I would say the most important thing has been players and the environment. I'm heavily influenced by my years in development. So if I've been working in professional clubs now for 19 years, I've done 12 of those years in the development age groups from under 6 all the way through to under 18. And the last 7 years have been at the top end in terms of being under 23s coach, an assistant manager and a first team coach. So a lot of the ideas I have are from development into performance. And so the 3 things I really want to talk to you about today are considerations around when you arrive in a new club, how do you then go about implementing your ideas, and then how do you manage that on a daily basis? And it's purely from a coaching standpoint, not from a manager standpoint, not from a recruitment standpoint or anything like that. This is purely on-pitch coaching that I want to come and speak to you about today. So first part then, arriving in a new club. I think when you arrive in a new club, you obviously have you and your staff, and you have a lovely vision on how you want to play football and a set of preferences how you want to work and how you see the game. However, you arrive inside a club that has a culture already in place, it has a history, and you arrive in a moment. And unless you're very fortunate, you're likely to arrive in a club that's not been doing so well. So a manager may have lost his job and you're arriving in. So it's how you combine them 2 things. And then you have to build the game. So you have to build how you're going to play in possession, out of possession, and then the transition of turnovers, both positive and negative. You have to develop an understanding of your players. So what qualities do you need to play in how you want to play the game? So if you're building the game, what player qualities are required and what team qualities are required, whether that be the ability to defend and keep clean sheets, the ability to keep possession, create and score. And in between that is the what if situations. What if they're playing a back 4? What if they're playing a back 5 against 2 strikers, 1 strikers? What if we're down to 10 men? What if we're playing against 10 men? What if we're away in Europe and it's a first leg, for example? And then it's a situation or an environment of constant changing of players, whether it be sold, arriving, loaned, or new players that you've bought, and the situation during the season, 50, 60 games, confidence up and down. So you have this vision that you develop as a young coach, but there's a lot of other things that you have to constantly evaluate with you and your staff to make sure it's relevant to your current club. So in terms of agreeing on the vision, there's a few things that I would suggest. I think the first thing you have to do is what identity as a club are we adopting? Are you a survivor? Have you just been promoted into the Premier League? Are you surviving in that league? What does your squad look like then? Are you the underdog? Are you punching upwards? Or are you the big club that's expected to take initiative with the ball and kick on? Because I think then your game model and your recruitment should be in line with that. I think you've got to create an elite environment, and that's how you lead as a staff. It's nice to create a pathway and influence maybe just the second team in the academy, not all the way down, just maybe the second team. And then I think you have to promote it. So you have to try and control the narrative. And what I'm talking about is alignment, really. So you're aligning the ownership, the team management, the team, players and fans. If you can try and get that in line, I think it's strong, whatever your vision on football is. And I think then you're investing in people. So you're investing in players, staff. Do you need to recruit or develop or do a bit of both? But then you're going on a journey. And it's how you can make that very personal. In terms of implementing your ideas, what's my vision? Well, my vision comes from when I first started playing football, really. I love high energy and attacking football. I want football that's exciting to play in first, and then I think exciting to watch. But if exciting to play in, I think the exciting to watch will come out. And it's about players, and therefore every team is unique because it's about the players you have and the unique qualities they bring. From that, you have to have simplicity in your coaching and analysis. And that's the simplicity that I like to use. 4 key areas for every game and for the philosophy are: 1, how can we own the pitch? 2, how can we own the ball? 3, can we win inside the penalty boxes? And 4, what's the mentality and character, personality we're going to adopt today? So they're the things that I'll delve into with you. And I love this you versus yourself mentality for individual players. So where are you now? Where are you going? What are you doing about it every day? How does it fit in the vehicle that's the team? And how is your relationship management? And what I'm trying to give there is clarity to the word ownership, because I think then once you give clarity to that word, everybody can take it on, whether it's the players individually, the group as a team, and then ultimately the club. We never look sideways to compare only for inspiration, would be a quote. The uniqueness comes in the clear style of play that you're going to adopt, the flexibility to be an unpredictable opponent, and then ultimately, as we know, it's got to be a winning team at the performance level. So some key words for me in building my vision is cohesion, collective cohesion, efficiency, searching for efficiency every day, and then making it bespoke to this club, this group of players, and this player that you're working with. So therefore, for me, I'm working with principles first, then people, and then finding a system that fits. So the white shirts you'll see there are what I like to call the core. Okay, that's the core of the team. So whether it's a goalkeeper, back 4, midfield 2, or whether it's a back 4, midfield 3, that's the real core. Where the unpredictability comes is in the final third, where you can be really flexible. And being flexible changes everything in terms of the formation. Utopia for me is finding a group of players that have freedom to rotate in the final third. And again, just by changing and having one of your midfielders maybe sit a little bit deeper and the other one run forward, or drop to make a back 3 and your fullbacks come up, it changes everything again. So it's important that you have this lovely flexibility due to the amount of analysis staff the other clubs will have in terms of watching your team for some key principles that you're using. So in terms of out of possession, what I call owning the pitch, that's your defending, your counter defending, and your restarts against. I strongly believe that if you're organised defensively, you have more possession of the ball. And if you're more organised, you'll run less, you'll play with less stress, and you'll be ready to attack. So for me, the most important thing is providing clarity to the players and then getting them to commit to it. Because I think if you do that, then you can carry on doing the things you love more often, which is attacking with the ball. A very, very simple way of breaking this down is to split the pitch into 3 zones. You have your offensive pressing zone, which is the last 36 yards. You have the middle press zone, and you have the defensive press zone, which I like to call the red zone. Okay, I like to regain the ball in the middle zone because I feel then it's very interesting. So if you can come back to the middle zone, the other team's defenders are far away enough from their goal that you can utilise that space on regaining the ball. So that would be where I'd set a team up in terms of out of possession.